In tonight's top story, Senior Week is in full swing here on campus.
And the Iowa Board of Regents is auditing President Leath.
I'll have the latest in Cyclone Sports.
And it was kind of a nice, cool, dry day for fall out there. Coming up, we're going to talk about a warm-up for the weekend. We'll have more details on that and much more coming up. Newswatch starts now.
Thanks for watching and have a good rest of your night and week. Stay classy, Cyclones.
Good afternoon and welcome to Newswatch. I'm Maria Lisignoli.
And I'm Coley Bergren. Thanks for joining us.
Senior Week continues here at ISU. Brianna Campbell and Mike Burvey have the story.
It's Senior Week here at Iowa State. Senior Week isn't just week-long bar deals, although that is part of it. Senior Week is also about celebrating seniors and their accomplishments at Iowa State. Food on campus, bar deals, and senior packages are all part of the week. The Senior Class Council puts on Senior Week every semester. This year was the first year they have ran out of the senior packages. Senior Class Council President Janelle Gibney says they ordered 2,000 just like every other year and have always had leftovers.
So we just want to say thank you to all the seniors that have come out this week. This is a great problem to have, that we have a lot of people more interested in Senior Week, and we think it's great. It's an event for you guys. We do want to apologize to all the seniors that weren't able to get food this week or weren't able to buy the package. That's something that we're definitely going to adjust for in the spring, and we'll be here again selling the same package.
The packages include a mug, button for food on campus, a koozie, and much more. For iState News with Brianna Campbell, I'm Mike Burvey.
And tomorrow is the last day, so seniors, be sure to stop by and grab your kind bars.
Yesterday, Iowa State held their annual major fair in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. The major fair had representatives of every major there to help guide students in open option or who were still seeking assistance about their major. More information on your major can be found on the university's online catalog.
The Iowa Board of Regents has ordered an audit of every flight that Iowa State University President Leath has taken on the school's 2 airplanes. They are specifically looking for possible misuse. Board President has said that yesterday he is extremely disappointed that Leath has used the planes on multiple occasions in ways that appear questionable. These questions come about after Leath, who is a certified pilot, caused damage to the university plane last year. Leath told the board that he welcomes the audit and will be engaged in the complicated review.
Playing with Legos is no longer just for kids. Courtney Duss went to the College of Engineering to see what they were building.
Students get the chance to play with Legos. The College of Engineering hosted a building party to build Lego kits for the first Lego League.
19 regionals across the state this year, and so all 55 of the kits that we're building will go to those regionals, and then students in Iowa will compete across at any regional location. Then some of them will get to advance to state, which is held here on campus.
Throughout the day, students constructed kits that will be used in the competitions leading up to the state competition.
College of Engineering at Iowa State, and so we're doing outreach, and we are trying to make females and minorities as well as other children feel like they have some peace and something to learn through, and that's through Lego.
These building opportunities bring attention to the College of Engineering in hopes that it will make more students interested.
My favorite part about First Lego League is working with all the youth across Iowa who are really inspiring and come up with some really innovative and awesome solutions, not only for their robot game, but also for their project that they're tasked with, and just seeing how these kids can function as a team.
Championships will be held January 14th and 15th. There are many opportunities to volunteer, and to do so, all you have to do is go to isek@iastate.edu. With ISUtv, this is Courtney Dust signing off.
Iowa native Jerry Fenton surprised his hometown's elementary school by paying the dues of students' overdue lunch bills. After seeing a story on the news about a student who brought 2 lunches to school so his friend could eat, Fenton thought he could do something to help. This past Tuesday, Fenton paid a $700 check for school lunches for students at Grimes Elementary School.
In what has been a turbulent election season, Hillary Clinton has widened the gap between herself and Donald Trump to lead by 6 points among likely voters. As Donald Trump has been facing a whirlwind of unfavorable press these last couple of days, 50% of the surveyed participants say that the recent allegations of sexual assault by the GOP nominee will be a concern as they head to the voting booth in a couple of weeks. Although Clinton is up in the polls by a larger margin, both presidential candidates still maintain their net unfavorable ratings. Clinton is still facing a -5 unfavorable rating, while her counterpart, Donald Trump, is facing a -25 on this measure.
Now, this may be the best news you hear all week. More ice cream. Blue Bunny Ice Cream plans a $40 million expansion in Iowa. The project is expected to add 81 new jobs in addition to their already 2,271 employees.
Radical preachers were at the Agora today, a space outside of Parks Library where people can exercise their free speech rights, and they caused quite a commotion. Brandon Beecham, Annie Harmon, Tisa Tolinar, Andrea Safar, and Jared Calvert have the story.
The Agora, which used to be known as the Free Speech Zone, was busy this week as a group of preachers spoke about their opinions on religion.
Because if you were satisfied with your life, you wouldn't smoke anything or drink anything. You would just obey God and live for Him.
The preachers spoke next to the Atheist and Agnostic Society booth, though the students most upset were the students targeted by several explicit terms from the preachers.
You would have been a great temptation 15 years ago.
Preachers received angry reactions from students who disagreed with their message, including Logan Bauer, a junior in agricultural education.
He's explaining how certain people are going to go to hell. And he's saying how Jesus Christ and God has given him the power to tell people that, which is not right. And the ultimate judge is God. And that's what I believe, and I'm sticking to it. And that's why I have a problem. That's why I'm fighting back today.
One of the preachers is Michael Savenko, who, according to his personal website, travels to preach his word on the streets and universities of America.
If you use condoms, then you're under condemnation.
It is unknown when and where the preachers will travel next. From the Agora outside Parks Library, ISUtv.
After the break, Sustainability Day is keeping Iowa State environmentally friendly.
Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newswatch.
And welcome back from the break. There were more than just preachers on campus today in the Parks Library lawn, like a sustainability fair. Tisa Tolinar has more.
Live Green and the Green Umbrella, which are two of ISU's sustainability initiatives, participated in National Campus Sustainability Day today by hosting a fair on the lawn of Parks Library. The fair was held from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and was meant to show students why they should take an interest in going green.
Because it's Earth. I mean, this is everything we have is the Earth, and you know what we do today is affecting our actions tomorrow and our lifestyles tomorrow.
I completely agree. It's all about the future. We are young. We have a lot of time ahead of us. The things we do now are going to affect the future.
More than 50 community and campus companies and organizations spoke to students today, which was higher than last year's numbers. Dozens of students expressed interest in what they can do to better the Earth's future.
It doesn't take a lot to be sustainable. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be a lot of work. Just simple, everyday practices that you can implement in your lives, like bringing a reusable coffee mug to the hub and getting that 35-cent discount is going to help tremendously if we all can come together to just do those small little actions.
There were freebies and prizes offered, making the fair a success for everyone involved. For ISUtv, I'm Tisa Tolinar.
And for more information on the two organizations' events and efforts, visit livegreen.iastate.edu.
A shocking 20% rise in overdoses over the past year compared to the last year in Des Moines has led police to a decision to potentially carry a life-saving drug, Narcan. Narcan is an anti-overdose drug that reverses the effects of opioids and can save life in a matter of seconds. Paramedics have had it on them for years, but police believe it is their turn now. A Des Moines paramedic, Tony Spoustow, says he responds to 5 to 20 overdose calls a week. He explains that if a person without a pulse or is not breathing, that you have 4 to 5 minutes before a brain damage will occur. Heroin overdoses are on the rise, hitting a tragically high number of overdoses this year compared to the past, and this drug can be a game changer. Governor Terry Branstad signed a bill allowing people to get Narcan prescription and allow police to carry it. They believe that anything can save someone's life and a great investment. No final decisions have been made, but it looks like the police are making a step in the right direction.
In 2008, a hit-and-run driver, Jonathan Adams, hit 36-year-old Tina Brown. This happened in Des Moines, and Adams objected the convictions. So, the Supreme Court decided on another trial. Later in 2012, Adams was found guilty of a killing by vehicle and leaving the scene of the accident. His drunk driving charge was let go, and yet again Adams fought the conviction, and they were reversed. The plea this week morphed his conviction to vehicular homicide by reckless driving, and Adams is expected to spend 10 years in prison.
In Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a substitute teacher by the name of Mary Haglin was accused of having sexual contact with a student. Haglin has pleaded not guilty, but authorities say that she had sexual relations with a 17-year-old boy from Washington High School. She now wants her trial moved to Lynn County. Online records prove that Haglin wants to change location because of pre-trial publicity. The court has not announced their decision. Haglin worked for a short period of time last spring at an elementary school, but is now banned from teaching at all school districts.
And in lighter news, nothing says a happy Halloween as much as a 1,600-pound pumpkin. Don Young Jr. is a resident of Des Moines and has been entering his pumpkins in various contests for over 10 years. He says that in order for a pumpkin to grow that large, gardeners have to understand genetics, take great care of the pumpkins, and have the weather cooperate. Growing these pumpkins is a hobby for Junior, and he says that he sees it as a challenge each year to see what he can come up with. This is his fourth pumpkin to exceed 1,600 pounds, and it was the third largest pumpkin to ever be grown in Iowa.
Iowa State's AD Jamie Pollard comments on the recent decision of the Big 12 expansion. This past week, Big 12 commissioners Bob Bowlesby rejected the decision to add 2 schools to the Big 12 conference. Pollard discusses the reality of adding 2 schools would be a similar situation to Rutgers and Boston College in the sense that they just don't win games or have fans attend games. Having 10 members give the Big 12 some breathing room and allows for more flexible situations that could occur in the near future. If more teams are added, we risk the possibility of losing both Texas and Oklahoma. The money goes with them. The Big 12 has a bright future ahead with a strong backing that everyone wants a crack at. Finally, we can guarantee that Big 12 team will make the college football playoffs because there was no expansion.
And now we're joined at the desk by Ben Olson. Ben, football season is almost over, and I know I'm excited for basketball season. So when does the season start?
Both men and women's basketball starts November 6th. I'll have more on the basketball pep rally after the break. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newswatch. Welcome back, I'm Ben Olson with your Cyclone Sports Report. Basketball season is only 2 weeks away. ISUTV's Coley Bergren, Maria Lisignoli, and Mary Kahn will show you the magic behind the madness. Take a look.
With Cyclone basketball around the corner, Iowa State is getting fans pumped for the upcoming season.
I'm so pumped for Iowa State basketball. Favorite player, Deontay Burton. Let's go!
Hilton Coliseum put on their annual Hilton Madness Pep Rally last Friday.
Oh, I love it. It's a great time. Love coming here and just getting back into the swing of it and getting the feeling of Hilton Magic is great.
For this free event, there was a slam dunk competition, a three-point shooting contest, and a men's versus women's scrimmage. After the events, fans were able to get autographs and take pictures with their favorite players.
I just got to have my picture taken with Nick Babs. Go Cyclone!
I love watching Deontay because he's just a beast, and then Monte, of course. Deontay Burton and Jada Buckley.
The women's team start their season on November 6th at 1 p.m. against Briarcliff University here at Hilton Coliseum.
I can come to the girls' games. I'm excited to see all the new faces they have.
Later on in the evening, the men's team starts with their exhibition game against Sioux Falls at 6 p.m.
You know, I've been coming since Hilton opened.
Fans young and old are excited to cheer on the Cyclones this basketball season.
Go Cyclones!
With Mary Kahn and Maria Lisignoli, I'm Coley Bergren.
The Iowa State soccer team hosted the Drake Bulldogs Tuesday night. but were unable to come away with the victory. The Bulldogs defeated the Cyclones 1-0 in the second overtime. Drake forward Kayla Armstrong scored the decisive goal in the 103rd minute. There were bright spots for the Cyclones, who saw 12 different players shoot, totaling 23 shot attempts. In addition to that, the Cyclones have a chance to rebound with a big win this Friday when they travel to Waco to duke it out with the 24th-ranked Baylor Bears. Speaking of Baylor, the Cyclones volleyball team hosted their annual Dig Pink match against the Bears last night. The match was in support of breast cancer awareness, and all fans were encouraged to wear pink to the game. The Cyclones had swept their last two opponents, but were not able to hold off the surging Bears. With the home crowd at Hilton, the Spikers took a 2-1 set lead, but Baylor completed their comeback by winning the final set 15-6 and taking the match 3-2. Jess Shaben led the Cyclones with 12 kills. The volleyball team will return to action on Saturday at TCU. That match will be televised on Fox Sports Southwest Plus. Rise as one. The Iowa State men's cross-country team has now climbed to a number 14 national ranking and continued to be a pleasant surprise this season. The men took home a solid 8th-place finish at the Nuttycombe, Wisconsin Invitational last Friday, a meet that featured 19 nationally ranked teams. Transfer Kevin Oyos and freshman Thomas Pollard were able to finish 21st and 25th to lead the Cyclones. The women's cross-country team hung tough as well, also finishing in 8th place against 17 nationally ranked squads. The two teams look to continue their rise on October 29th at the Big 12 Championships. The competition will be held in Lubbock, Texas. Iowa State senior point guard Monte Morris continues to rack up honors before the season has even begun. Morris was recently named a candidate for the Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year award. Morris was a finalist for the award last season and will have to beat out 19 other candidates if he wants to win it this time around. Just a few weeks earlier, Morris was named the Big 12 Preseason Player of the Year. Amongst all the hype, the Cyclones are remaining focused for their season opener on November 11th. That's all I have for your Cyclone sports. Zane, it was a little cold outside today, but still pretty nice. What kind of weather can we expect over the week?
Yeah, that's right, Ben. I mean, you didn't show any highlights of these, but it's been beautiful weather for soccer, cross-country meets, all that kind of stuff outdoors. A little cool, though, but coming up, we'll have more details. Will the cool weather continue, or will we have a warm-up? Full forecast is coming up next. And welcome back to Newswatch. As you see behind me, here we got 46 degrees currently in Ames under clear skies, just a light northwest wind at 7 miles per hour right now. Across the state, clear skies pretty much everywhere right now, and depends where you're at. Des Moines down in the city is still sitting at 50 degrees out there, but up in Mason City they're already starting to cool down to 37 degrees right now. That's due to these northwest winds that are kind of flowing across the state. Light though, but that's going to really help contribute to our cool down as we head through tonight into tomorrow. Also going to help with that is these clear skies. You can see we just had a few showers this morning that moved through parts of southern Iowa. Those are gone, and then we've got a decaying little area of low clouds that are falling apart as they move into the northwestern part of the state. Those will continue to fall apart, and we'll have clear skies as we move through the night, so that by tomorrow, if you're heading out to an 8 a.m. on a Friday morning, 38 degrees, it'll be a little cool out there, 53 by noon, and 58 degrees by 4 o'clock in the afternoon as you're heading out to the end of the day. Futurecast is going to take us through the next couple days here. You can see those clear skies. That's going to keep moving along as we head through tomorrow. And then as we get into Friday night, some little bit of clouds move in as that area of high pressure moves across. And then Saturday morning clears out again. Saturday will be another beautiful day out there to start your weekend. Now lows tonight, you can see, I was talking about it's going to be cool. We're going to get down close to the freezing mark across the state. 32 in Mason City, 33 Fort Dodge, 36 in Des Moines, and 35 in Ottumwa. Now, for that reason, there is a frost advisory out for much of southeastern Iowa, basically the southeastern third of the state. This is through 8 a.m. tomorrow. Now, the reason this is only in the southeastern part of the state is because northwestern Iowa, they've already had a hard freeze this season, so they don't need to worry about plants dying and things like that. It's already happened. So it's only down in this part of the state where that is a concern at the moment. And as we get into tomorrow, temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer than they were today. 57 in Mason City, 59 in Fort Dodge, and 59 down in Des Moines. So we'll creep close to 60 degrees, but upper 50s mostly for the most part across the state. Forecast for tonight here in Ames, 34 degrees. It'll be clear, calm, and kind of chilly out there. That light northwest wind will keep bringing in the cold, dry air from the north as we go through the night. Tomorrow we'll get up to 59 degrees. It'll be pretty much sunny the whole day. A beautiful fall day for late October out there. As we move into the weekend, though, there's a little bit of a warm-up coming. Saturday, 67 and sunny. Sunday, 69 and sunny skies out there. A little bit of a cool down as we get into the beginning of next week, and then a chance of showers comes again on Wednesday. Stay with us. We got more Newswatch coming up.
Hi, and welcome back from the break. So for the first time in the 75-year history of the brand, the Mars Candy Company will be releasing a caramel M&M filling that will become a permanent member of the M&M family. It's called M&M's Caramel, and each bite-sized piece has a soft caramel center covered in milk chocolate. While the company often experiments with different flavors, such as mint and chili nut, it doesn't usually change the fillings. This caramel edition is one of the biggest launches in the brand's history. It has truly been a technological challenge because, you see, Mars had to figure out how to have a soft center that wouldn't collapse under the weight of the chocolate coating. Because of this, the caramel filling concept has taken several years to turn into a reality. Caramel M&Ms will hit the market in May of 2017.
Robin Williams wasn't only one of the funniest people on the planet, he was also an avid cyclist and advocate for people with disabilities. Now, 2 years after his death, 87 bikes from his collection are up for auction. The proceeds will help fund charities that he cared about deeply, including the Challenged Athletes Foundation and the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation for people with spinal cord injuries. Donated by Williams' children, the bikes are up for auction on paddle8.com. The collection includes luxury racing bikes as well as some more quirky additions, such as a mini bike and a unicycle. The auction could bring in an upward of $200,000 for the nonprofits.
And that's all we have here today at ISUtv.
Tune in next Tuesday for more Cyclone news, weathers, and sports.
Don't just have a great night, Ames. Have an American night.